What is up, everybody? It's your boy Shazwiyt, and welcome back to another video, Shazwiyt gang. Yeah. What is up, everybody? It's your boy Shazwiyt. Welcome back to another video. If you're clicking on me for the very first time, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and also turn on that post notification button so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. With that being said, let's get straight into today's content. Let's go. How is everybody doing? I'm doing all right. Happy Monday, everybody. Hope you're having a blessed day. Today, I'm going to be discussing the increase in deaths in young rappers and particularly young rappers. So I won't be talking about young artists in general, but I'll be specifically focusing on this increasing pattern of deaths in young hip hop artists. So this is in response to the death of the rapper Juice WRLD. Found out that he died yesterday. So I put together a few notes because I just wanted to make sure that I don't take up too much of your time and that I get straight to the point of why I made this video. So the title of this video may be a little weird. It's entitled, I think I'm going to title it, How Do We Keep Our Young Rappers Alive? Something like that, along those lines. And I'm going to get to the point of, why I specifically titled it that and what I'm going to be talking about. So, now, I'm obviously aware that, young people all over the world, die for various reasons, whether it's through, sickness, whether it's through being in war-torn countries like Syrian children, etc., various amount of reasons. However, hip-hop has become such an undeniable prominent force in pop culture, especially as of late, being that, hip-hop is the #1 genre ahead of even rock music and all that. So because it's this prominent force, whenever someone does die within the hip-hop community, especially like here, whether it's a North American hip-hop artist, mainly North American ones, it's a more publicized tragedy. And this is also especially due to the fact that, we also have social media. So like news, is more accessible and breaks out like faster. And then there are people who make compilation videos or something like that to give tributes to these people. And you learn about, the person more and the deceased individual gets more attention when they died than when they were alive. Which is kind of messed up, but, that's basically, what happens. I know this because, I only started loving Michael Jackson mainly after he died. I loved some of his songs before, but it was only after he died that I truly began to appreciate him, which I guess is why people say give people their flowers while they're alive. So I wanted to talk about keeping young rappers alive because from a public health perspective, since I want to do public health, I'm interested in looking at the causes of these deaths, the similarities between them, if there are similarities, and what we as a society can do to prevent these young lives from being cut short. Because all of these people, everyone deserves to live a relatively long life, you know what I mean? So, what can we do to curtail that? For those of you who are not aware, news broke yesterday that, rapper Juice WRLD, whose real name is Gerard A. Higgins, he's from Chicago. He died early morning yesterday after suffering from a seizure at Chicago's Midway Airport. So he had just come from LA to Chicago on his private jet with his crew, right? And then as they're walking through the airport, I believe, is when his seizure was triggered. And when the paramedics found him, and the emergency officials, he had blood running from his mouth. And he was then rushed to the hospital. He managed to regain consciousness. Unfortunately, he was pronounced dead when he, eventually when he got to the hospital. So he was pronounced dead around 3 a.m. in the morning Central Time, which is the time zone I'm in. But yeah. He was only 21. He was my age, which is, it's really sad because it really brings in the fact that you can die anytime. Even I could die right now. It's, it's crazy, but it's going to happen at some point. So, and he literally only turned 21 actually 6 days ago or 7 days ago now on December 2nd. And he said that I'm going to party all week and I'm going to celebrate because I'm 21. I can drink. Woohoo! And he dies. It's really sad. Now, while an autopsy is yet to be released, According to TMZ, because gossip sites are always trustworthy. The FBI searched the late rapper's private jet and seized 70 pounds of marijuana from multiple suitcases that were found on board. However, the FBI does say that this is not officially confirmed. Like, take what they say with a grain of salt. I think it is true, because if you have a hunch about something like that, you don't just make it up from the air. Although media does make up stories from the air all the time, that's they want to dramatize things. But I wouldn't be surprised if that was on board, especially since they're coming from a state where it's legal to smoke weed and stuff like that. The last thing he posted on his Instagram, and I'll show you the Instagram post as I speak, was a slideshow of pictures, and they had the caption, "All aboard the 999 aircraft for adventures filled with music, love, gang members, fans, and family." Gang members. A lot good shit, man. 999 NLMB takeover, it's just us. It's the last thing he said. Well, that was on his IG. He may have posted on his Snapchat or whatever other platforms he had, but I'm guessing that might have been the last thing he posted. Now, I, for one, had no idea that drugs could actually cause seizures. Because that's what everyone was also talking about, that they were blaming the seizures on on the drugs. And that was really interesting, that they cause seizures, but it definitely makes sense. Because it turns out to be very true. In fact, most patients in one neurological study experienced a single generalized tonic-clonic seizure associated with acute drug intoxication. 7 patients had multiple seizures. 2 patients had, yeah, so multiple patients experienced one seizure. Then there were 7 patients who had multiple seizures. Then there were 2 patients who developed status epilepticus. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm guessing it's a condition where you officially have epilepsy, where it's now become a chronic thing. Because I'm guessing these patients, the drugs caused the seizures, but as soon as the drugs were out of the system, there were like no more what's it called, seizures. But some patients, it became a chronic thing. So there's a really big effect from that. And also our bodies are different and we react to things differently. So for some people it's more severe, for some it's not. The recreational drugs implicated were cocaine, amphetamine 2, heroin, and phencyclidine. Phencyclidine. I feel like I'm in biochem again. Anyway, now over the past year or so, since 2018, if you're also not aware, many young rappers have passed on from either drug overdoses or gun violence. It's very rare that, the young rappers that I'm about to. It's very rare that, rappers in general, I wouldn't say very rare, but like with young rappers, if you die at a young age, that they die from like natural causes, it's usually caused by one of the two, some sort of violence or, drug overdose. So I'm gonna, give you a list of these. So these include Mac Miller, and that one affected me the most. I love Mac Miller. He was 26 when he died last year in September. He died of a suspected drug overdose. Then there was the rapper Smoke Dogg, age 21, was also my age. Was an up and coming rapper in Toronto. He died last year, 21, so a year older. He was shot and killed in a daylight attack. Kind of similar to Triple X, which was the biggest one. That was huge, as well. I mean, he just released an album. Well, an album of his was released, the last album. So he died last year at the age of 20. He was literally my age on June 18th due to being shot and killed in an apparent robbery outside a motorcycle shop in South Florida. I don't know if the killing of his was intentional, if I guess they knew where he was. I think the people who killed him were involved, were actually arrested, so yeah. And then there was this guy called Jimmy Wapo, age 21, who died last year on June 18th, the same day that Triple X died, and he was killed in a drive-by shooting last year in Pittsburgh. So there's a clip from a video that I actually want you guys to see, and this video is from a YouTuber named, calls himself I Am Dante. I think is how you pronounce it. Is it Dante? I think it's Dante. And basically he's a music reviewer, so mainly particularly in like hip-hop music. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video that I'm about to show you. It's important to the topic.
A lot of the videos that I did on him, drugs were brought up a lot. It was pills, perks, it was Molly, everything. It was a lot of drugs that were brought up a lot, and I would address it each and every time. I was like, yo, is anybody hearing this? Like, I hope he does, I hope this is just for the song. I hope he cuts this out. Like, stop. He needs to stop this, that. I would say it in every single video, because a lot of artists, they come across my video, whether it's their fans sending it to them or y'all sending it to them. They come across it. And I was hoping that he would eventually come across one of them, see it, and then I could get to message him and, honestly get him, hey man, sell them drugs, bro. You want to cut that out? Things like that. But that's why I would always stress it heavy in my videos, because that was a serious issue that I kept noticing. It was a reoccurring topic. This wasn't just like in one song or 3 songs off of an album. This would be like on every single song he was talking about doing drugs. And I just wanted to be, I wanted to be known that, this is an issue that I feel like, someone should be talking to him about, or, trying to help him with, and things like that. But I know you guys have said that he has said he, stopped doing drugs or something like that, and that's why, he gained weight, and he was gaining a lot of weight in his most recent video that he had with NBA Youngboy, which even then he was still talking about drugs, and I brought it up. But it got to the point where you guys were telling me, okay, bro, we get it. Stop talking about it. We know this, that, and the third. So it's like whenever it came out, I was just like,